Hello there, namaste. So I finally finished this court or this case. The trial's still going on. Honestly, I seem to hate at the end of it everybody except for Raul. He's the only one that kind of seems to actively care. And honestly, the fact that he denied being in the documentary on top of it actually I think speaks volumes about how much he feels about it. He doesn't want that. Oh my gosh, like, so it starts off with her attorney, and honestly, I gotta say, I like her attorney. He basically knows how to do a Chewbacca defense perfectly. And if you don't know about the Chewbacca defense, look it up. It's absolutely hilarious, and it really does help win cases. It really does. But yeah, because it's insane how it goes on. Oh, and the fact that it starts off with like her attorney basically going on and saying things, and then she would cut him off and start saying, no, don't say this. We're saying this. And he's like, no, don't interfere. It's like, 'cause he's the attorney. He's the one that's supposed to know. But yeah, she really needs to keep her mouth shut. But there's this one part where like I really disliked her daughter, Vidi. I don't like her. Like, I was like, okay, she's an alcoholic, obviously, because every time, oh, I'm going to get rid of my problems, I'm just going to drink this Jack Daniels. I'm going to drink this gin. So I didn't like her as soon as she started using that as like an escape. That's not productive at all. That's a party girl type dynamic. That's someone who does drugs. And yes, everyone has issues when they're younger. Those who have access to that kind of stuff or kind of get into the party crowd, they do it. Normally, the wealthier you are, the more likely you are. Just like her son, who now had access to wealth, so he kind of leaned into that a bit. Her daughter that she approved of obviously went into that. And there's one thing she says, and it just shows how narrow-minded she is. So she was like, oh, I did all this. I had denied my mother, and I just felt so hurt. I wanted my mother. And I was thinking in that moment, it was like, all right, so you have whatever it is, a sister who for 20-something years of her life felt that urge of wanting to have a mother. And the second she finally gets to meet her, she's all, oh, you can't call me mom. I am your sister. And never in her life was given the chance to address her as mother. And here she does not see in her mind that this urge she was feeling, her older sister had felt that her entire life and was denied it. Was absolutely denied it. The sheer narcissism that she had for herself was like, no, I want to be with my mother. But again, her mother's the one that ended up with everything. So she just went towards the money. And the brother literally just wanted the money. The only one who really tried to do anything was Raul. The fact that he denied, like, I really wanted to hear his side of the story. I really wanted to hear it. But that's the thing. He doesn't want to draw more attention to this. He just wants her to be put away. She doesn't deserve all this publicity. He's against it. And I absolutely agree with him. Because she's digging her own hole with this video. Clearly, you watch her and it's just like, she's completely psychotic. Maybe she was afraid that everything would be exposed. Her lie would be exposed to the outer family. And it wasn't just the inner family. And Peter would be disgraced finding out that he had married a woman that has this incredibly old daughter. All that stuff everyone's guilty. But yeah, that part where her youngest daughter is saying all this stuff, and it's like, you couldn't think that your older sister was feeling that way her entire life? Was feeling alone? Was feeling hurt? Was feeling abandoned? She never went to, well, not that we know of, that she ever went to drugs or that she went to alcohol the way you use as a vice to escape from everything. And she had wanted all that stuff. And when she finally found someone to care to be with, finally found someone that she could actually be herself with, her mother disapproved of because it would have destroyed her lies. And you just have to get rid of it. It's just like, there's so many things that are messed up. I always believe that you need to hear it from their voice, their innocence or their guilt. You can always tell by the way they speak and the way she talks. Just like, yes, she's an absolute psychopath. Absolutely. but there is nothing there that proves her innocence or shows that she's so much thinking of it. Anything like, even if you're a psychopath and you're innocent, you would carry yourself a little differently. But the way she is just like, oh, absolutely guilty. And this is from someone over here in the U.S. And it's funny because there were things that are popping up, and like I said, that attorney uses the Chewbacca defense, and he is poking holes and making absolutely make sure absolutely nothing makes sense. And that's the Chewbacca defense. You make sure nothing makes sense. And I like him as an attorney. He's a good attorney. He knows how to utilize what he's got. And right now, what he's got is chaos. He's got chaos, and he can use it to his advantage. Confuse everyone. Well, the problem is he just has to confuse a juror instead of the jury. He just needs to confuse the judge. But yeah, guilt all the way. This is a more of a documentary that kind of shows both sides, makes everyone seem bad, which I like. I'm okay with that. But the fact that I hear it from the horse's mouth, and I'm like, yeah, I can tell that she's absolutely a horrendous person just by how she acts, how she talks, how she speaks of people as if they're more commodities than they are people. Yeah, just listening to her talk about others and the way she treats everyone. She doesn't value anyone. They're all just cards to be played. But yeah, I gotta say, I was enjoying this, just seeing someone destroy themselves by being on camera, thinking they're all this, and you can just literally see their psychotic nature on screen. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. It's on the thumbnail. It's in the video. It's Indrani Mukerjea. Yeah, that's her name. I tried to avoid saying it because it's just, but yeah. I vote guilty. I absolutely vote guilty. I mean, that's the problem with media, though. It can skew your perspective. But this one, it was literally her. Because if she hadn't spoken, if she wasn't in it, I would kind of be hesitant to, be saying this stuff. But she's in it. She chose to speak. She chose to show how little she cares, or how she views humanity. And it's just like, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.